Also on it's show that is live. Let me check a little bit first on Facebook. And good evening, good day, good morning, wherever you are. Yes, we are live, so I can share in a group. And happy to see you, happy to have you here in this evening, like usual. Thursday evening, 8 o'clock. It is the day when I come with a beautiful guest every time to discuss new subjects, new interesting topics. And today I have something about time management, and I have the Mr. Brigadier Sushil Bhasin. He's from India, and it is a time consciousness coach. So please introduce yourself, Brig. I can tell you, Brig.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, Simona. Thank you for getting me on this platform, and I'm very grateful to you for this opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me pleasure to be here to see you all on this worldwide platform, thanks to the online environment and internet and COVID that has opened up doors all over the world. So I am Brigadier Sushil Bhasin, a time consciousness coach. I'm also a TEDx and a global keynote speaker, a trainer, and an author of 6 books. My main book, my prime book is $1,000,000 Second, which is related to time. And this is something I'm very proud of. It has been published by CNBC and it has been endorsed by Brian Tracy.
Awesome.
I'll talk a little more about this book later. Thank you. Thank you.
We talk a little
Now,
bit later, yes.
yeah. So this book is not actually just a book. It is a mission of my life. In this, I have decided to leave behind a world which respects each other's time and takes time as a vital resource that it is. So that is what I'm looking for. Right. So when I'm introducing myself, let me tell you, I have been in the Indian Army for 34 years. And after that, for 15 years now, I've been serving in the corporate and the education world. And I have impacted over 1 lakh, which means how much? 10 million people across the spectrum of teachers, students, corporate people, uh, with my work on leadership and teamwork and time management.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
You know that I knew already. I know Mr. Brig from another. We are connected on another network platforms, and I know he was in army. So today I dressed myself for properly. So okay, why? Please tell me why you choose this subject. Why time?
Okay, so Simona, what happened was I was born and brought up in a very humble middle class family, but my parents were very particular about time and routine, and they would make sure that you went to bed at time, you got up at time, you had your meals on time, you did your homework on time, and all that. So for me, time was quite something I used to take care of even in my childhood. And then I went to a Sainik school. Sainik means a military school. Uh, and these schools are public schools which prepare young boys for entry into the National Defense Academy, which is a training academy for training cadets who become officers.
Okay.
So I went to the school, and from there I went to NDA. So there the routine was even tougher and stricter. And so therefore it became a DNA, it became a default setting of your mind that you have to be on time. So we started respecting time. And then when I went on into the army, and I've got a TEDx talk on this called What Army Taught Me About Time. I'll give you the link later. So it took me across in my army career with the management of time, with the respect of time, which was very high. Also, in the army, everything has to happen with a precision. For example, the Republic Day parade, there will be about 100 aircraft coming from 16 different airfields, and they all come on the time. So we have had 72 Republic Days, and never has even a single time a plane come late. So you have to work with precision. Even in war, you have to be absolutely precise. But when I came into the corporate world, I found things were different. There was an
Strange
attitude
world.
laid back. So, like we used to run a camp, and the corporate people, they if they had to reach at 9, they would reach at 10. And then, like, didn't even have urgency after that. So at 10, come at 10 and have their breakfast leisurely for 1 hour, and then start the program. And I used to feel very impatient and say, why can't we start on time? Then
How you can get used with it, how you integrate from the such
we
a
did that.
discipline, how in
Yeah, to get
wise
used
way.
to it was difficult. It was difficult. It was very challenging. So then what happened when I used to do this leadership and teamwork programs, I used to ask the corporate HR people, what do you want me to address in the teamwork? And they would never answer my questions. So I made a list of about 15, 20 team building attributes. How good is your team on communication, on decision making, on problem solving, on time management, resource
Okay.
management, trust building, confidence building, etc., etc. And do you know, Simona, I told them, okay, I've got a form. You tell me which are the three or four top things that you want your team to be trained in. And
Okay.
mostly, if I ask them for three or four things, time management would be one of them. So I said, why do these people have to learn time management at the age of 40? Why didn't they learn it when they were kids?
Yes,
And
because
that is the time I started applying some of my techniques, the processes, the tools that we used to use in the army. I started applying them in that training, and I found that they were equally applicable in the corporate world. So I started writing all my experiences of my childhood, of my
okay,
army career, and that later on became the backbone of my book. So all that I'd written, and my book is full of stories and incidents which brought me to that level of time consciousness. So that is the reason why I chose this subject. I got more deep into it, and did a lot of research on the subject, and that is how this has become my primary subject. Although I still do programs on leadership and teamwork, motivation, and all that, but time management has become a focused, preferred subject.
gotcha. You say that in army and in family was so everything on time.
Yeah.
Did you have some stories where you was angry on this strict time all the time? I mean,
Who- I was angry, or somebody was angry at me.
you, if you have some frustration that is
I was
everything
I
need
was
to be
angry.
like this.
I was angry all the time, but I did not show it. Okay, so
Okay.
sometimes I would, very politely tell the HR people, because they're clients. So you
Mhm.
can't, if you're angry, you won't get the client again. So you have to be very diplomatic. You have to be
I
tactful.
mean, before in army time, before you was angry on why is everything so strict, or that you get
No,
used
no,
with
no,
this?
no. I was very happy and used to it, because you see what happens if they say that if you put a frog in water and you heat it gradually, he's becoming very comfortable. So
Yeah,
I was not put into time management. I grew with time management, and that is why there was no problem.
that's why I got you. Because someone who have it was all the time free willed, let's say, and after that you need to go in army like an army and everything is on schedule, then you get completely phew. That's why I ask, because people
Yeah,
who they are not used with, then it's completely another world.
yeah.
So
Thank you, John. John Sam is saying interesting, and I see him in an
yes,
army uniform. Maybe he's an army man himself.
I know John. Hi, John. He is in. Let me. I don't remember now the insel, but he's in the insel, and I have also the Motuta is with us. Good evening.
Good
And
evening,
thank
Mr.
you for
Yeah.
watching. If you have question for Mr. Brigg, also refer to army time or to time management, please feel free to ask. And we have also Serge. Hello, ¿qué tal, amiga? Okay, Spanish. Hello, wherever you are.
Okay.
Uh, so we move on to the next question. You say the time is dead. What makes you to say that?
See, Simona, I said time management is dead, and my next line is digital disruption came and killed it. See,
True.
I'll tell you in the what do you call in the olden days when time management was taught to us by people like David Allen and Eisenhower and
Yes.
uh, all the emphasis was on efficiency. That means, and even the term productivity came from physics, where it was a
True.
ratio of input to output. And in productivity, people said that it is how much time you invest and what is the return you get.
Yes.
Therefore, everything was done in a way that you find shortcuts. You want to do something quicker and you save some time and then use that time for more work. But nowhere was there any subject of emotions. There was nothing of relationships. Everything was only mechanical. Also, in those days, things were a little more stable, right? Things were not disrupted as they are today. So, I don't know how it was in Germany or elsewhere, but I know that in India, even in a big city like Bombay, if you wrote a letter, say 40 years back,
Mhm.
for that letter to reach the recipient and his reply to come back to you would be at least 8 to 10 days. So there was
Okay.
enough time for you to react. You wrote a letter, and by the time the letter comes and then he asks you to do something, there'll be enough time to plan. And you could plan your things very well. But today, in this digital age, you get a WhatsApp message and you get only 5 minutes and sometimes even a few seconds where a person says, I sent you a WhatsApp message, you haven't responded.
True.
Okay. So, with this digital disruption, time management has taken a different shape. You have to look at it very differently. What I work on with my clients or with my students is time consciousness, that I build it in your mind. It goes into your default setting that you start respecting time and you understand the value of time without having had to think about it. Okay. You don't have
Okay.
to make whether you so earlier people thought time management meant that you know how to use your to-do list and you use your tools and you become very good. No, that is secondary. Firstly, it is training your mind to become a person who wants to be productive. What are you doing to change this machine, this device of yourself? What am I doing to prepare myself mentally and emotionally to be that person who wants to manage his time well? That is the bigger question. And then using tools becomes secondary, right? So that is why I said time management of the olden times is dead. Today you have to manage time on the fly. Let me take one more army example, and I hope it will make the things clear. So
Okay.
earlier, if I was firing, I was using my rifle and I was firing at a target. I was grounded. My 2 feet were on the ground, either feet or I was lying down. I was
Yeah.
firm on the ground. I was firm and I
Okay.
was firing at a static target.
Okay.
Now it is no longer that. It is now moving targets, and I'm also walking and doing, and I'm not standing. Okay, so the world has become such that the target is moving and I'm moving. It become a little more complex. And the way things are looking for in the future, I think I'll be flying and the targets will be flying. So it
Okay.
is
And
it's become
how you get your target? If you everything you move the target move. How you?
that is exactly what is happening. That is what how you play your video games. You remember that
I don't
you
play video games.
huh?
I don't
So
play video games.
you don't play, but that is what children do. So, which means today your mental condition has to be that you have to manage things on the fly.
Okay.
You don't get so much of time and a static environment to plan in. That is why I
Gotcha.
say olden time management is dead. You have to learn the new ways of learning, and that's what I do. So I've got 7 elements of time management which I teach, and
Okay.
so it is going much deeper into time management than just be talking about to-do lists and Eisenhower model of urgent and important and all that. I'm not talking of that. Those are
How,
basics.
okay, I got you. How you manipulate the time then? If you
So
say that,
you have to navigate. It's a chaos now. There is a lot of chaos,
okay,
and you have
yes,
to
true.
navigate through it. So it is something like on the road. Earlier, you used to have very streamlined traffic. Now you have too much of traffic. In every country, in every
Yes,
city, the traffic
true.
has increased, isn't it? So when there is traffic, and there's traffic of different types, that you've got cars and you've got cycles and you've got motorcycles, or you've got buses and trucks,
Everything
everything. And now, how will you manipulate through it? Means actually I don't use the word manipulate. I said, how can you navigate?
manipulate in this way. Okay, now
Uh, Navigate.
how it say? Uh, yes, navigate. You say
Navigate. How do you find your way through? It is something like you are in a crowded place. How do you find your way through in this chaos?
got you. You are in to a concert, for example, and how you find your way to become in front of stage. Got you.
Yeah, exactly.
This is much easy for me.
Yeah.
I have another one, a very good. Time management trainers tell us how to do more in less time. How do you teach that?
So I have a different formula. So what people do is people tell you how to be able to do more in less time. I
Mhm.
tell you how to do more in more time. Okay.
Okay,
I have a time creators code. So first I teach you how to create more time. And then in that extra time that you have created now, how do you do more? So you don't do more in less time, you do more in more time. And the beauty of this is that when you create that extra time, Simona, you don't in that extra time do more work. I advocate, I suggest, I strongly recommend that in that extra time that you're able to create with the type of automations, delegations, and all that, what you're wanting to do is spend that extra time in leisure. I did not come to this planet to only achieve goals and be productive. That is not my aim. I came to this planet to enjoy my life and be happy.
wonderful. I love it.
So if I have to be happy, then if I create 2 hours, I save 2 hours by my tools and all that, then I want to use those 2 hours in playing golf, in going for swim, going for riding, watching a movie, or even sleeping or chilling with my friends. Why I want to do that is I want time for happiness. But if
Good.
in this today's world, if I save 2 hours and put those 2 hours again into work, I'll be getting in an absolute conscious cycle of chaos. And therefore, I'll be more stressful. Life will not become happy. I may do more work, but be unhappy.
This is true. This
And we are both,
you
we are
feel
both,
overwhelmed.
I said, we are both in the happy neighborhood project.
Yes,
How do you create happiness? You will
we
be
spread happiness.
creating. So if you go in the normal conventional way of being efficient and doing more work, then you will become more stressful.
I
So
love
let's
it. I love it.
yeah.
Give me an example. How so for clear text.
So for creating time, yeah. So
Yes.
for example, I say that first you should make a list of all the things you have to do and do a
Okay.
time check. Now nobody understands time check. Time check is basically I teach it in details. I can't tell you all the details here,
No
but
big
what it
deal.
means is that you match your time required with the time available. So normally what happens, we make a long list, but we don't check whether it's possible or not. So supposing I write 20 things that I have to do in a day, but if I was to
No.
write, if I make a list of 20 things and write that this will take 1 hour, this will take 2 hours, this will take 20 minutes, and I total it up, and that total is coming to 30. How can you do it in a day?
In 24 hours, this is not possible.
So you have to match it. So time check is that when you make a list, you also validate it, you audit it against the time available. So I say, okay, in 24 hours, I'm going to sleep for 8 hours, and that's required for my health.
Yes.
So if I'm going to sleep for 8 hours, I've got 16 hours left. In 16 hours, I require 3 hours, 4 hours for my personal requirements of my meals, my bath, my changing over, my whatever in my time. And then, so 4 hours gone for that. If you work out, maybe you have about 12 hours left for work. But if
Yes.
I've got work which is laid out for 16 hours, I can't do it in 12 hours. So I'll get frustrated.
This is true.
Okay,
That
so
makes
that is,
sense. Makes sense.
yeah. So first thing is I do a time check. Okay. Second is I calculate my hourly worth. Nobody really knows. And I ask you, Simona, what is the value of your 1 hour? So I tell you how to calculate your hourly worth.
Okay.
The third one I talked about is ROTI, which is return on time invested. I get that thing into your mind that you know return on investment of money, but you don't know the return of investment of time. So if I use 1 hour to do something, for example, let's say, okay, I'm doing my program.
Mhm.
8 hours of I used to do a program for 8 hours, morning 10 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Right? I used to calculate the cost of the booking of the hall, the Facebook ads. That was my expense. But I never
For
calculated
that
the eight
time.
hours of time that I put in.
Gotcha.
And it's not 8 hours of time. I put in 40 hours of preparing for those 8 hours of work.
Absolutely.
Did I
I
cater for
understand.
companies? So
Mhm.
let me give you an example. We're doing some work for a company, and I found that they were doing too many conferences, one conference every month. And they used to have about 30 people flying into Mumbai from other cities to attend that conference. So we calculated, I said, how much does this conference cost you? So I was told that it costs the airfare, the hotel fare, the cab fare. They just totaled up that, the meal cost, and they
Mhm.
came up with some figure and said, this is the cost of the conference. I said, what about the time that people spent in travel and coming out? So if a person traveled from Delhi to Bombay,
Yes.
the time that he left Delhi to the
True.
time he reached back Delhi, all the time that he spent was for this conference. And if he's, let's say, took 3 days, so you calculate as 3 hours of salary, wasn't that time also gone in that?
But this is not fair.
So if we don't count our time, we don't. This is a very important resource we have.
True.
I'll tell you something very interesting, and that comes in another element which I talk about called time compounding. I've got some very good videos. They are all on my YouTube video.
Gotcha.
On my YouTube, I've got more than 150 time management videos.
Okay.
And there's one video, and somebody can search for it if you get interested. It is called Compounding of Time. So if you go on my YouTube channel
Mhm.
and search for Compounding of Time, you'll see a very interesting video. But to give you a very brief thing, when I was doing corporate training workshops, and there were, let's say, 40 people sitting, senior leadership, and I would ask them, uh, what are the resources you have in your company? So the answers would be, we have money, we have infrastructure, we have
Mhm.
technology, we have people, we have goodwill. Whole lot of things would come. But Simona, not a single time anyone told me time. Time was never counted as a resource. They take it for granted.
You know why?
Yes,
Because it's for free.
it's, people think it's for free. It's not for free.
Yes, this is the
It is
point.
the most expensive one.
True.
It's the most expensive one. See, there is there's a nurse in a hospice. You know what is a hospice?
Mhm.
a hospital where people who are not going to recover are put there only for they're taken care of till they die.
Yes.
So normally, if from a hospice, a patient doesn't come back, he dies in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
That is where he's allowed to be he is taken care of, he's nursed, but there's no treatment to get him back to life. So a nurse said that I have worked in this hospice for more than 20 years and I've
Okay.
seen thousands of people dying. And she said, I have never, not even once in 20 years, I heard any man on his deathbed saying, I wish I had more money. But everyone said, I wish I had more some time. Money
Wonderful.
you can get back. Money you can get back. So Satalina is saying something I can't make out because
I
that
can translate you because Catalina, hello. Let's
Catalina.
say hello to our viewers. This is Catalina. This is Adriana. Thank you for watching. And Catalina say, this is true. The time not coming back.
Not
She
coming
write
back.
on, yes,
So this is a resource. Time, money can come back. If you lost your money, you can recover it, but you can't recover your time. So therefore, it's a very important resource. And also, tell me one thing, and I think people would be very interested in listening to this.
say,
It is the only resource which is equal to your competitors. All your competitors will have different types of people, different investments, different formulas, different assets, but they all have same time.
yes.
Same time, 24 hours. Secondly, we in 2021, sitting in January, don't know what market will be in February. We can't predict,
No, no.
but we can predict time. We know that not only February this year, but February next year and February after 100 years also time will be 24 hours.
Absolutely. It is years like this and it will be like this because it
Thirdly,
cannot change.
time is equal for everyone, whether it's the president of the country or it is a cab driver. Everyone still has 86,400 seconds in a day. That's it.
That's it. The Motuza say the time is the greatest healer.
Yeah. The greatest healer, yes. But that is more in an emotional way that when time goes away, you forget about your stuff. But what we are talking about is hard facts. That
Yes,
time is the biggest resource. And
yes.
I always say that my definition of time is life.
I know that. I hear this and I was shocked. Honestly, when I hear, I have in my mind somehow, but I don't hear this combination bit till in one day I watch a video with Sadhguru. It's a man which I will love it, and when he speaks so simple and he explained the things just like this, he say, don't watch your watch because you know what mean this. It's mean that your lives go, and I was so shocked and I was, oh my God, he have right.
Yeah, so people say, if I ask people, fill in the blanks. Time is, people say money. Because
Yes,
we have always heard that time is money. I said, no, time is not money. Money is a very small part. Time is life. So if
yes,
I give you 20 minutes of time today, I have given you 20 minutes of my life.
true.
So you might as well be very sure whom you give your life to. Don't give it to anyone.
Got
So
it.
Simona, if I give you 20 minutes because I love you, I know that you are doing a great job, I won't give it to anyone.
Got
So I must give it to people because I know Simona is doing a good job. And if I give 20 minutes of my life, it will help her pass on the message to many more people. And therefore, many
absolutely.
more people can get benefited. So that means I'm giving my 20 minutes of my life very consciously to people who deserve it.
Yes, and we have here a lot of beautiful people which interact with us and say also, Katarina say that money come back, but not the time.
Not the time,
And
yes.
Mututa say, time is life. It's the fact people run around for more money and for things around here and there. Yes,
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank
absolutely.
you, Murtaza. You are really reinforcing what I'm saying. Thank you.
let's come back to your book, because
Okay.
I want to know what made you to choose this title, $1 million second.
Yes, it's very interesting. So I'll tell you, when India went for a war in 2001, no, 2001, 2000, war with Pakistan in Kargil,
Mhm.
right? So we call it the Kargil War. There was one of our officers who told me a story that when he was absolutely in a combat situation, hand to hand fighting, and he suddenly encountered a enemy captain in front of him,
Okay.
right? So he said we were standing face to face. He had a weapon in his hand, I had my stand in my hand, and we are looking at each other. And he says, I realized that now only one of us can survive,
Oh God.
and that will be the person who pulls this trigger first. So he says, sir, I'm telling you this in 2, 3 minutes, but there was no time to think, there was no time to ask anyone, there was no nothing.
Got
I
it.
just had to take a decision. I pulled my trigger and he fell on the ground and he's cried, more, crying for his mother, and he
Mhm.
died.
Oh,
He says, I realized, what if he had pulled that trigger half a second earlier? Then I would have been crying there and I would have been dead. And that is, what I said, that 1 second, wasn't it worth millions of dollars?
get my hair already up.
So,
Sorry.
so it is, yeah, you get goosebumps for sure,
Yes,
because
yeah, it's true.
because
It's so much emotion.
sometimes they say, ask a person the value of 1 minute when he missed a flight. Ask a person for a value of 1 second if he missed a gold medal in the Olympics because of that 1 second.
Mhm.
You have to really understand the value of time. And I'm very passionate about making sure that even children would learn this from the beginning, so that all of us on this earth use our time well, so that the earth gets benefited, the planet gets benefited, so that we can give better resource. You see, when people go on strikes and people do a lot of funny things, I say nobody ever calculates. It's a national resource, no? Time is a national resource. So your country's time has got wasted. If one day you went on a strike, you wasted 1 day of that country
This
progress.
is true. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But we can go higher if we think now that is also time is for whole world, not just for one country.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
When we think into the actual situation, but we don't involve in this part. Now I understand from where come the story is huge with with
Yeah.
$1 million second. This is honestly $1 million second. This,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
God.
Murthy was saying something about time with friends whom you love, but people leave relationship friends their life for money. That's true. So, it is, what value do you give? Value to your money or value to your relationship? So, in my time management programs, I cover all this. So, I do a time management program every Saturday. So, I'll
Mhm.
be doing it day after tomorrow. It is at 8:30, sorry, 4:30 in the evening, Indian Standard Time.
Okay.
Yeah. So, if anyone's interested, you can come and attend that program.
Yes, get in touch with us, or reach to me, or direct to Brig. And if you want to know more, it's for free. For what I know, whether you have a
No, no,
charge
no.
for
There is a little price for it, but
only the
for
price. Okay.
people for people who are coming from Germany first time, I will give them free.
Okay, gotcha. So if you want to know more and to find more uh, information how you manage and your time better and schedule also emotionally and not just on the paper, you can join to workshop on Saturday. I have a last question for you.
Yeah.
If there is one most important time management tip for you, our viewers, what would it be?
Oh, that's very interesting. See, if you talk of 100 tips of time management, there is one tip which I will leave with you, is the mother of all tips. Because if you don't follow that, then you can't follow the other 99 tips. Can you guess that?
I don't understand. Please repeat.
I said if there is one tip I'm going to give you which controls all other tips. So if
Yes.
you follow 99 tips, but if you don't follow the one I'm going to tell you now, nothing
Then
will
it's for
happen.
nothing. Yes, it isn't for nothing. Right.
And that one thing is self-discipline. You
Okay.
have to discipline yourself. You have to discipline yourself to say, I will do it. Because if I teach you all the tools and then you feel sleepy and lazy, so I tell you that you're going to get up at 6 and go for a run, and you say, oh no, I'll get up at 6:30. So therefore, you quoted Sadhguru, and let me tell you, this is from Sadhguru. He says, at night you decide to wake up at 6. So you put an alarm of 6 o'clock on your mobile or on your clock. And when it comes to 6 o'clock, you snooze it for half an hour and then get up at 6:30.
This is mistake already.
If you have done that, what has happened? It is not that you lost half an hour in life. That is, of course, there. You lost half an hour of your life.
Mhm.
But what is more important is that you gave permission to yourself to disobey yourself. You allowed yourself to
Yes.
disobey yourself because you decided to get up at 6 o'clock and you didn't obey your own self.
Mhm.
So let me give you a definition of self-discipline. And if you have a piece of paper, please write it down.
Write
It'll
it
be,
down.
yeah. Self-discipline is doing what you ought to do. I'll repeat, doing what you ought to do
Yes.
even when nobody is watching you and when
Yes.
when you don't feel like doing it. Self-discipline is doing what you ought to do when nobody is watching you and when you don't feel like doing it. You're not in a mood to do it, you still do it.
Mhm.
That is self-discipline. So self-discipline and habits and routine, these three things combined are the most important parts of of time management. If you can't do this, nothing else will work. Because whatever else you will learn, you will not even apply it because you are not determined to do it.
Gotcha. So I'm very happy. So much value, and I'm so happy that
I
Mudita
will,
said
Simona,
that.
I will also like, and I can give you the link. This book is available across the world on Amazon. And
Okay.
this book, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is a very great book. And why am I saying that? One is that I get all my readers onto an online platform and it becomes more than just reading a book. We talk about time management as a society of time managers.
Yes.
Every chapter, every chapter ends up with
I know what you mean. You can write down what you learn in the
chapter
chapter.
learning, and then you have to write
Awesome.
down reflection and action after every chapter. So every chapter
Cool.
you have to say, how does this chapter mean for me and what action will I take? And then in the end,
Wonderful.
after all the chapters you have read, then you have to make your
Action plan.
action plan.
Massive action plan. I love it.
Okay.
Cool.
So with this, what will happen is it is not what I am going to teach in this book that will make a difference. What will make a difference for you is what every chapter you told yourself that I will do this now. So at the end of the book, there's no way that you will not improve your time management because you would have asked yourself 10 times in 10 chapters what I need to do more. So I want to give a gift to each one of your viewers today. How can I do it? Can I put it in some chat box? Yeah, there's a chat.
I don't know if you see the chat box, but
I can see the chat box and I'm giving you a link just now,
okay, put
which
it
you
there
can.
and I show it.
Okay, so this is a book which you should. This is a free gift for all of you.
By the
And
way,
this is free.
for the workshop, Motuza asked for India how much is the the workshop? Because you say that for who come from Germany or from you is for free the workshop for Saturday, and I took
I know
after.
it's a very, very small price. It is 500 rupees in India, and 500 rupees would be how many? I'll just tell you in US dollars. It'll be something like 70, 500, about $8, less than $10.
Okay, so here is the link. Explain, please, the link, because I show him now.
Yeah, I've given it in chat box. Yeah, you got it there. Yeah, no, there. And I will
Yes,
give
yes.
you one more link, and that is if you want to buy this book on Amazon, it's available again worldwide. And I'm giving you that link also.
And what it is in this link to explain what this is the
Sorry.
book?
So
Is
this one is a small ebook which has got every chapter made into a doodle, so you can get a complete idea of this book because there are doodles. You understand, doodles is a visual and a drawing. So every chapter has been put into one page of a drawing. So you can
gotcha.
just see the drawing and understand what the chapter is all about.
It's mean the Bitly MDSS doodles. It is the ebook. You mean?
It is so to understand MDS is $1,000,000 second, and then
Exactly.
it is doodles.
Okay.
MDS doodles.
Okay. And the second link, what I have it now.
That is the Amazon book itself. If you want to buy this book,
If you want to buy, okay, that means you give for free the
no,
ebook
this
short
the,
version for ebook.
the first one is free,
Okay.
but this will be priced. I don't know how much it is in German.
Okay, it can be watched on. I
On
already
Amazon.
explained.
It is on Amazon. Yeah, this is the
Okay.
Amazon link.
Catalina asked if it is for free the book. The book in the first link, what I show it now, it is on. It is an ebook,
This is free. This is free,
and it's for free.
but the book is not for free.
Exactly. And now the other link, what I put it in the comment, the Bitly get MDS, $1,000,000 second. It is the book which you find it on Amazon,
Yeah.
and have a price. And the book is also in English, right?
Yeah, it is in English. Yeah, it is in
Okay.
English.
So we answer to all questions. If you have another questions, please feel free to ask. And if you watch the video replay, please leave a hashtag replay so I know that you watch it. And if you have questions, you can get in touch with me. Brig, you want to thank you too, Catalina, and you can go on the links what are in the comments, and you can have your
What is
ebook.
Catalina saying? Okay, and what is that?
Okay, mulțumesc. It's thank you. But she write in on Romanian, but she understand English to learn to read. But with the writing, it's much easy in our language. So thank you very much for be here today with me, Brig, for value what you bring, awareness. Also, for me, it's a lot of new information. Even if I work in business and I have a lot of infos about, but every day I can learn something, and if we can give to others, also, I am very happy. You want to add something?
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I'm very happy to share my knowledge, and I would again say, and let me give you the link of that also. Let me give you one link, huh? And
Okay.
that link is everything in it. Okay, this is a very important link. I'm just giving you. All my handles are in this.
I have one more question. So for the end, because this is something what I'm working in travel sector, and so it is important for you to plan your trips, your holidays. How you see this part?
Are you telling me that?
Yes, because I put the link now till I find the link and I put everything. I say, okay, one more question.
No, no, good, good, good. So I will be very happy to recommend your tours to people in India. And then you have already promised me a free cruise.
Yes, if I have so much people which join to our network, because I expand this with network with cruise, and let's say I've helped people to understand that it's possible to go on the cruise and to don't have a hole in your budget. And for more information, I will be happy to bring more people in awareness about this. And yes, bring it to me. We inform all, and we go together.
Yeah, yeah. Very good.
Awesome. So thank you very much for your time, for watching, and for share your knowledge with us. I'm happy to have you with me, and thank you for viewers that interaction with us today. And we see us on next Thursday at the same time.
Thank you very much, Simona. Thank you very much, Catalina, Murtuza, and all those who came and whomever I remember. So thank you very much for your time, for your acknowledgements, and I will be very happy to connect with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and have a nice evening, day, wherever you are, and see you
It's
next
time
Thursday.
for me to go to bed. It's past midnight. It's 1 o'clock.
I know, and I want to leave you now to sleep. Thank you very much. So,
Thank
bye
you.
for now. Much love to all, wherever you are.
Thank you. Thank you very much.